Well, hi guys, it's the VFX Apprentice here, and today I'm showing you how to make a camera crane for about $40 to $30. A camera crane adds a lot of production value to your shot and makes some fantastic shots, believe me. And I'm going to show you how to make one. I cannot tell you exactly what you're going to need for this build because I winged it. On the day, I picked up some things from Bunnings and I used what else I had in my house and threw it together. So hopefully this will be helpful. For 38mm angle brackets, miscellaneous screws, saws and other utensils that can preferably cut through metal, 2 1.8 meter length wooden dowels or metal dowels, miscellaneous screws, nuts and bolts, a wooden plank, and a rubber bike handle. Get one of your wooden dowels and cut out about a foot from it. From your now smaller dowel, leave about an inch, then drill an 8mm hole. Then from the longer dowel, leave about the length that you cut out of the smaller dowel and then leave an inch. On the other end, leave about a centimeter, then drill 5mm holes. What I did next is I got 2 angle pieces and then drilled them into a block of wood, which I then screwed onto another block of wood and then drilled a 20mm hole in the bottom. What I do with that 20mm hole is then grab that piece of wooden dowel that I chopped off and slide it into the bottom of the hole. So that now you have a moving head. So that's going to be your center point. What I did then is I grabbed 2 38mm angle brackets and screwed them onto a block of wood, leaving the same amount of distance between them as I would between here and here, because that's where our 2 metal pieces are going. What I did then is I grabbed an even larger angle bracket and then screwed it onto the other side, and that is where our tripod, that is where we are going to mount our camera. So this is what it should look like. We have a screw going into here, leading out into here, and what we have is another one here leading into over here, and then we have our 2 38mm angle pieces screwed in. On the end that you drilled the 5mm hole into, put the longer stick on the top end and then screw it in. Do the same to the bottom end, but leave the smaller stick on the bottom. So far, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Get 2 8mm bolts and some nuts, and make sure they fit through the holes of your piece. On the end of the pipe that you drill the 8mm hole into, screw that into the headpiece. And then your final touch is adding a bike handle to the longest piece of your pipe. Also, something that I forgot to mention in the video is that you also need some counterweights, so put some weights on the end of the handlebar and maybe drill them into place. One problem you may experience with this is that the handlebars don't stay in place. So what you can do is you can put some plastic or some rubber in between those 2 things and then some washers in between so it holds it in place. And there you go, your very own camera crane for cheap. To mount the tripod to the head, all I used was a bolt and some nuts. To test how well the crane works under a lot of weight, I tested the heaviest camera that I could find lying around the house, which was my mum's camera. And it works surprisingly well. And here are some shots I got with my crane. Well, there you have it. That's how you make your very own camera crane or jib. They nowhere near compare to the professionals, but if you are an amateur like me, then you're going to want cheap ways of getting cinematic looks into your shots. That was actually around $40, but with the metal it cost around 50. I highly recommend you starting off with metal, although wood would be fine, but with wood it starts to creak a lot and I got worried, so I immediately moved on to metal, and I've been satisfied by the results. And what else can I say? If you're just starting out, this is the perfect build. It adds a lot more production value to your shots and is a lot cheaper than higher brand cranes or jibs. One in particular that I admire is the Kessler crane. Super fluid shots. Well, that's all for me. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and stick around for more.